What's up, Pokemon lovers, and welcome to the first to last episode of the Hoenn region. Today we have 5 legendary Pokemon and mythical Pokemon to discuss, and quite frankly, I think they're all a bit shit. But you know, I gotta do them, so whatever. Gonna sit in the middle today because my boy Foof drew all of the legendary mythical boys that I'm doing today by hand, so I want to engulf myself in the Pokemon. So there you go. No little Pokedex anymore. The Hoenn Pokedex is gone. Next Pokedex you'll see will be the Sinnoh one. And now we're gonna start out with the Regi trio. Pew, pew, pew. That's them. These 3 Pokemon, Regice, Regirock, and Registeel, are called several different names. They're called the Hoenn Titans, the Legendary Titans, the Legendary Golems, the Regi Trio, and just the Regis. Now, I don't know what they are. They are golems, is what they are, kind of. Now, the Regi Trio, which is what I'm gonna call them from now on, are mainly based on the Jewish folklore golem. Now, these golems are anthropomorphic creatures. Yes, I said that right. That took so much effort. Damn it. They are magically created from clay or mud, just natural materials. And funnily enough, the golems from Jewish folklore also have a writing on their forehead, and if you erase this writing, the golem will die. Now, I don't know if that's true for the Regi trio, but it's a really cool thing to think about. I'm just gonna go through the 3 of them real quick. First of all is Regirock. Regirock is a rock Pokemon. It is made entirely of rocks, and scientists have found out that the rocks that it's made of come from all over the planet, which is crazy. And if you chip off a tiny bit of Regirock's rock, it will just grab a rock from a wall and slap it back on there, and it will be just fine. Then we have our boy, Regice, or as Ash likes to call him, Regice is an ice type. He is the ice Pokemon of the Regi trio, and its ice is so hard that nothing can melt it, not even lava. So I'm wondering, is it even ice? I don't think that's ice. Ice is meltable. So what is it made of? Please let me know. It's not ice, because it can't be ice. That would be a lie. So Regice's body was made during the Ice Age, so it's a very, very old boy, and he's my personal favorite out of the 3 because he looks least weird. The last one of the 3 is Registeel. Now, Registeel is a steel Pokemon. It looks kind of like a robot or something. It is classified as a steel Pokemon, but its body is actually made out of a metal that is harder than any type of metal at all. So is it steel? Not really. But you know. Funnily enough, even though it is made out of this crazy metal, this metal can actually stretch. Because science. Now, because Registeel has been underground for a gazillion amount of years, its body cannot be tampered with. It is really, 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 really strong, and it is hollow. And no one knows what's inside. Maybe it's just some dude controlling it. Now, the Regi's names come from the word Regice, which means royal, and then their type name behind it, obviously. The origin of the Regi trio is they were created by Regice, such a weird name. But, weirdly enough, Regice wasn't announced until the 4th generation, so its origin story was a bit unknown in the Hoenn region when you first played it. Now, I don't want to go too much into Regice because I will have to talk about him in the next generation, so I'm not gonna do that. But anyway, Regice is the leader of the trio. The trio has been locked in 2 caves by humans, and you have to get them out by getting these keys and do some puzzles. And they're just a bit shit. So I'm gonna give the Regi trio 3 out of 5. That seems fitting. Now, the next two mythical Pokemon are a duo, so I'm gonna do those together as well. It's Latias and Latios. They are similar. Latias is a lady, Latios is a man. When I did the research, I found out that they are actually birds because they have feathers. I didn't know, I thought they were furry, but they're not. These two guys are known as the Eon Pokemon, and in Pokemon Alpha, Sapphire, and Omega Ruby, you can use the Eon Flute to summon one of them if you own one and fly around on it in the Hoenn skies, which I really like that feature. I think it's really cool. Now, Latias and Latios have a Mega form, both of them do. I don't actually know what the difference is between them. They look the same to me, but they're both purple. So that is also a thing that happens. I don't know what to say about these guys. Latias and Latios both kind of look like a jet plane. They're very fast in the sky. They can pull up their legs to be super fast. And they might be based on the concept of yin and yang, because they are kind of opposites of each other. Kind of. Okay, so I'm just gonna read this from Bubblepedia, just to clarify for you guys, because I don't understand it. They may also be based upon the aeons in Gnosticism or Gnosticism. Maybe the G is silent, I don't know. Being that certain aeons are immaterial beings of concepts existing in pairs of males and females emanated from God and one another. Now, they are known as the Eon Pokemon, so that would actually make sense. If it does make sense, because I don't understand it. And funnily enough, I think I've mentioned this before, but there was an early sketch of an unreleased Pokemon that looked like both Latias and Blaziken, so they may actually also be based on jungle fowl. So that is a thing. Now, their names are probably derived from the word later, which is Latin for to be hidden, because both Latias and Latios can use the reflection on their feathers, I think that is how I explain it, to seem invisible in the sky. Now, isn't that just lovely? I don't know. Latias and Latios, I think they look cool, but I don't really understand their story. Please, if you know, like, I am the worst PokeTuber ever because I just don't understand anything. I'm sorry. I just pretend I like Pokemon, like I mentioned before. If you know anything about their backstory or how they came to exist or how any of this works in easy language, please put it in the comments because I just don't know. I rate them 4 out of 5. Yes, because I like the way they look and I like soaring through the Hoenn air. So that was it for today's episode of Rating All Pokemon. Who is your favorite Regi guy? Who's your favorite Regi guy? It cannot be Regifilzame. No. That's not the right type of Regi, but he's cool. Next week, we have the last episode of the Hoenn region. I'm excited because I do like those legendaries. They're my boys. I hope to see you then. And throw in a like and a subscribe into the comments. That's not how that works, but do it anyway. Don't forget to recommend me to your family so they can learn about Pokemon and all the true facts and unbiased opinions I have on them. Goodbye. Based mainly on the Regice